Do you have plantar fasciitis? Well, right now, I'm gonna show you why you might have plantar fasciitis, right? I'm gonna go through the anatomy of the foot a little bit, and I'm gonna show you 2 different drills to help you fix it, okay? So, to start out with, your foot is complex. It's a very complex part of your body. There's tons of bones, muscles, nerves, fascia, ligaments, tendons inside there. And so we gotta be really cautious and kind to ourselves as we go through this process, because it can take a while to re-strengthen the foot and get it to function the way it's supposed to. But here's the deal. This is the arch muscles of your foot, right? So these are the muscles right here that give you a nice arch in your foot. And when those muscles do their job, well, they help support the structure of the foot, and the arch helps create a little bit of a spring inside the foot, okay? So this is what our body was meant to have, is a little bit of a spring inside the foot, so that way it's a shock absorber for the rest of the body. Now here's the problem though. We take these feet and we put them into a pair of shoes that's real cushy, and then our arches forget what they're supposed to do. What happens when you put a muscle inside a bandage, right? And you don't move it? It starts to atrophy. It loses its ability to do its job. And so that's exactly what happens with all of these muscles across the bottom of the foot that create the arch. All right, now if we remove these muscles in the foot, what we find underneath all of this is the fascia, right? These white bands right here that hold the body in space, okay? These are the bands that go all the way around your body, that hold your muscles in place, that hold your bones and tendons and ligaments in place, right? And these are a really important system of the body, but they're rarely talked about. But plantar fasciitis is fascia. It's an inflammation of the fascial tissue of your foot that is being caused because the fascia is holding your foot into place rather than the muscles in conjunction with the fascia. So, how do we get rid of plantar fasciitis? How do we start strengthening the foot, reawakening these muscles, building that arch so that the fascia doesn't have to hold the foot in place anymore and it can do part of the job but not the entire job? Well, first we have to wake up the arch, and then we have to start practicing allowing our feet to do their job. I'm gonna show you 2 drills right now to help you with that, all right? Number 1, piece of paper, okay? You're gonna put this piece of paper on the ground, and you're gonna take your foot, and you're gonna put your foot right on top of that piece of paper. Now, if your arch isn't very active, your foot's gonna be nice and flat like this. And what we want you to do is this. Can you scrunch the paper with your toes, with the ball of your foot, and then relax, okay? What you really wanna do here is this. I don't want you to lift your toes off the ground where there's no connection here. I want you to scrunch it, but still maintain contact with the ball of the foot. Because at the end of the day, we don't wanna activate the arch with our toes, we wanna activate the arch with the ball of the foot right here. And so part of while you're doing this is scrunch it like you're pinching it with your hands like this, but also think about turning outward a little bit so you're almost rotating your ankle out like this. That's gonna allow the arch to express itself. You see when I do that? It's expressing itself and the paper's lifting off the ground. That's exactly what we wanna do. Now this may be a frustrating drill because you might be like, I don't know what I'm doing right here. But what you wanna do is you wanna start feeling this muscle on the arch of the foot firing. And when you feel this muscle start to fire, that's the awareness we need to build around the foot doing the job it was meant to do. So you can practice this literally like once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day. You can spend just a minute on each foot just trying to, let me get that arch active again. What does that feel like? Let me get that arch active again. What does that feel like? And once you're able to bring your foot into a position where you see that arch again, now we can go to the next step, okay? The next step is stand up. If you need a chair or something for support, absolutely use it. And then from there, what you can do is this. Get rid of the paper. You don't want to slip on that, right? Oh, that one came back to me. Then you want to put your foot on the ground. You want to find that arch again. So find the arch. Do you see how I can go flat foot like this and cave in? Or I can go, boom, find the arch. Find the arch. See if you can spread your toes, right? I'm trying to spread my toes and grip the ground with my toes. That's going to help activate that arch. And then shift my balance to one foot. Slowly shift my balance to that foot. Now find your balance on this foot and see if you can hold for 60 seconds while maintaining the tension of the foot to have that arch that we're talking about, right? See if you can hold for 60 full seconds. If you can't, or if you feel your arch start to slip, just come back, shake it out, and try again. Again, just spending 1 minute, at least once a day, but you can do it as many as 2 or 3 times a day, trying to get that arch and that foot to do its job again. Starting by planting the foot, spreading the toes out, gripping the ground with your toes, activating the arch, and then finding that balance again. Now, if you can't balance, that's totally fine. Tons of people don't have enough balance to do this. So what you can do is put your hands on the back of a chair or on a wall and start with 5 fingers. Then, after 1 month, lift your thumb. Then, lift your pinky. Then, lift your ring. Then, lift your middle, and then lift your index finger finally. So that's gonna give you a 5-week transition from not having good enough balance to all the way down to 1 finger to finally being able to practice your balance. Now, if you do these 2 things, practice activating your arch, and then once you feel like you have some sense of control over activating your arch, working on your balance on a single leg. And if you do this every single day, it's going to transform the way your foot feels. And over time, it will help you stop having aches and pains in your foot and hopefully get rid of that plantar fasciitis. All right? So give it a shot, because remember, you're only one move away from feeling better in your body. And if you have plantar fasciitis, these are the moves for you. Hey, if you like the moves we just shared with you to activate your arch and strengthen your foot so you can get rid of plantar fasciitis, well, we've got a lot more exercises for people, especially people who have aches, pains, and injuries, lack of flexibility, or just confused on what they're supposed to be doing. And that's over at WeShape. Now, this is a company I co-founded. I'm the head coach over there. So we create customized follow-along workouts for each of our members. And the best part is you can try this out for free. So here's how this works. Click the link, take our free quiz. We'll ask you a bunch of questions, and based on your answers, we're gonna give you the right movements for you based on your goals and your capabilities. Now, these are movements to help you activate your muscles, create stability, balance, flexibility, coordination, strength, right? They're not the typical, pump your muscles and elevate your heart rate so you can burn calories, right? This is about feeling better in your body. So if you want to feel better in your body, get rid of those aches, pains, and injuries, be more flexible, and be able to operate through your daily life doing the things you want with a body that feels good, click that link and try WeShape out. You can try it for free. See you there.